welcome inside the GCU Arena here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, getting ready to bring you live coverage of Division I men's volleyball between the Grand Canyon University Antelopes and the Olivet Nazarene Tigers. Hello everyone, once again, I'm Houston Moe alongside Lauren Phillips. The Lopes are a dominant 17-1 so far this season, and get this, 12-0 inside here, the GCU Arena on their home floor. It has been tough to beat them here and on the road this season. They are looking to continue their dominance here against this solid Tigers team. Not the biggest school in the world, not the most amount of recruits, but boy, do they have a good squad, 15-4, and looking to upset the Lopes here tonight.
Yeah, Olivet Nazarene, like you just said, has been having a tremendous season with that 15-4 NIA record. The Tigers also have a 9-1 record in conference. Freshman Thorolf Schmelzer leads the team with 156 kills, while sophomore middle Marquez leads the defense with 55 blocks.
Yeah, Lauren, plenty of storylines to watch throughout the night. Both these teams playing fantastic volleyball right now. The Lopes with very high hopes for the rest of their season. They're playing with an unfaltering confidence right now that has propelled them to this ridiculous 17-1 record. Look to see a fairly standard lineup tonight for the Lopes, but also would not be surprised if head coach Matt Worley looks to go deep into his bench as this game progresses.
Yeah, GCU's been having an amazing week with, again, gaining that 12th win streak, and I'm sure they're looking for their 13th today. With a conference record of 5-1, Jackson Hickman and Christian Janke almost have a combined 400 kills this season with 198 and 189 respectively. Alongside them is Rico Wardlow with 41 blocks and a hitting percentage of .568.
First service here coming very soon. The Tigers of Olivet Nazarene in very brightly colored yellow, and the Lopes in their standard patented purple. It's Antelopes and Tigers getting ready to face off here in Phoenix. Plenty of key matchups to watch out for tonight. With that, let's take a chance to look at tonight's keys to the game, presented by Sanderson Ford.
Yeah, so, I mean, early learning, both of these teams have never faced off before in the history that we know of, at least. And, I mean, it starts out easy. You got to know what you're doing on the court. You got to feel each other out. So getting an early read on your opponent is key. Stop the serve. These two teams are almost neck and neck when it comes to service aces to service error ratios. So for either of these teams, it's really going to be a big impact tonight going in and making sure that you're capitalizing on your serves. Bring the heat. These teams are fired up. GCU has a hitting percentage collectively of .365. Olivet Nazarene has the .243. So it's really anybody's choice to get into a groove and really make an impact tonight.
Yeah, you're talking about making an impact and getting into a groove. So important here in set number 1, and especially for ONU, who is coming in trying to pull off what would be one of the biggest upsets in their program history. You need that early groove, that early momentum, and that'll help to start off a 1-0 account here early. Back to serve now for the Tigers. That is Kate Ooms. Cam Gianni not taking any time to get into his rhythm here early. 1-1 apiece. Down to beautiful near 8,000 capacity GCU Arena. Not as quietly packed as it was against BYU here a couple of nights ago, but still quite a few fans packed in, even a couple fans in yellow as well.
Yeah, it's good to see both these teams having some people in the stands to represent and cheer them on.
Number 24 now, and Jake Ostema to serve. He's been one of the more dominant players so far this season on the side of the Tigers. He comes in tonight with 155 kills, just behind Thor Schmelzer, who's got 189. Speaking of kills, Jackson Hickman picks up his first of the night, 2-2 apiece here early in Phoenix. Cameron Thorne, one of the couple freshman star players so far this season for the Lopes, will step back. He kind of came out of nowhere. He was obviously highly recruited, and the Lopes were lucky to get him, but he wasn't a player that too many people had marked down on their note sheets entering this season, and boy, has he proved people wrong. He's been great. There's a block from Wardlow that falls out of bounds. Wardlow, another transfer that has done well so far this season.
Yeah, I think the combination of Cameron Thorne and Rico Wardlow in those middle positions has really been a game changer for the Lopes this season.
It really has been right on cue. Rico Wardlow making you look smart, Lauren, up and down for the kill.
I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, he's doing work on and off the court right there. Nick Slight, Wardlow, up and down. We've seen that a million times this season. We talked about just the consistency, the awareness, and the timing from Rico Wardlow. He has found a way to consistently get up and down with those middle block kills, as Gianni here with the serve into the net. A rare miscue from behind the line for Gianni. Now Johnson back to serve here at 4. Excuse me, this is Thor Schmelzer. To serve for the Tigers. Slight slide ball all the way to Gianni off the block and alive. Schmelzer is there. Back row attack. Not good there from Kamanu. Still alive. Well done by the Tigers. Joust to the net is a 1. Tomas Gonzalez, who currently is sitting on 448 assists. He still trails Nick Slight, who's up over 500, but that is still a very impressive mark for this 15-4 squad in yellow. Schmelzer into the net, who I already mentioned. Thor Schmelzer, 189 kills, one of their top performers on the season for the Tigers. And now back to serve Hickman.
Yeah, I mean, easy out. I mean, you can tell both these teams are kind of figuring it out. We have a few service errors, and I think they're kind of just feeling each other out right now. So hopefully this game will pick up pretty soon here, and we'll start to see these teams really get into their groove and get going.
Right there, Kate Umas with another good kill. He's doing impressive work already to start things off for. He's all tied up. If you're ONU coming here, it's all about not only getting in the rhythm and early learning about the team, as you mentioned, to one of your keys, but it's just sticking right here in this exact zone. 6-6, you're tied up through 12 points. If you can find a way to keep it close, you're always going to have a chance, as there's a beautiful kill back row. Kate Umas, his 3rd kill of the night already. And hey, if you find yourself a lead here early in set 1, you're not going to be upset at that. Nonetheless, Slight will head back now. 7 apiece. 7-7, the serve from number 7 to the Tigers, near side. Umas once more, and that one, wow!
Wow, I don't think I've seen a play like that in years.
I gotta tell you, that thing rolled on the net. It looked like it was trying to make its way all the way to New Mexico right there. You could tell Gianni just having to consider, well, am I gonna touch that thing? And it almost nicked off the side and landed down.
No, it was a close call.
Cole Udall is there, as he has done so consistently. Tigers catch a break there off of the Camden Gianni miscue. So 8-8 here midway through set number 1.
Yourself into later on in the game. I mean, we're seeing it here with that service error. Like, these teams keep doing things like this when they're feeling each other out in the first set and trying to figure out what exactly it is that they need to start picking up that the other team is doing.
Not only do you film weeks and weeks before, as what a block right there. It's not often that we see Wardlow get denied, but well done by Kahuka.
Yeah, what a amazing, I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen too many.
Where I've seen him lose the joust to the net. He just doesn't do it very often. Hickman, far side, up and down, and we have a net violation on Slight. He disagrees with it, but, and as we're talking about, you know, for the Lopes, you're the bigger school. You maybe have some of the more higher recruited athletes, but these are still all college athletes on the left side of the floor, and they are a fantastically built and well-coached team. So although they may not be the highest standard or a MPSF conference team, they're still a fantastic squad. You can't mess around here in set number 1, and right there again, the Lopes look complacent. Back to serve now. Inside the GCU Arena here on this beautiful Friday evening matchup between the Lopes and the Tigers. Tigers sticking around in set number 1, Olivet Nazarene with 14, GCU with 15.
Rico Wardlow to serve.
Rico Wardlow will head back behind the service line to kick things off and look to build out a lead here in set number 1. An awkward situation from there. Both Rico Wardlow and Jackson Hickman looked at it, and it was Hickman who made the decision to go for it. So the miscommunication results in a 15-15 ball game here.
Big hitters like Janke, Hickman, Gianni, Wardlow, Thorne. I mean, any of them, anytime you'll see it. They just cannot help but just hit the heck out of that ball.
Kamanu does a good job right there, reacting and finding a response for the Lopes. And yeah, you mentioned kind of the all-around attack to the Lopes, 22-17. So Jordan Lucas comes in and makes an impact instantly. 3-0 run since he's been in the match. Lucas, another good serve. Far side. Lucas can't quite get to that one.
Wow, I know if I did that move, my back would probably break in half.
Yeah, Lucas, very athletic. Welcome back to Phoenix. And what was a back and forth, honestly, first set. Olivet, Nazarene, the Tigers found a way to do a good job of sticking close to the Lopes, but they pulled away at the end, 25-19, off of a service error to finish things off.
Yeah, right around that 16 to 17 point mark is when we saw the Lopes really kick it in gear and start putting the pressure on.
Tell you what, Olivet Nazarene has to find a way to get the Lopes in uncomfortable situations, because when the Lopes have had a chance to hit the ball, they're doing it efficiently right now. .55 so far on the night. Janke's sitting at .5, 4 kills. Jackson Hickman has not missed a kill yet. Camden Gianni at .3, couple kills. Cameron Thorne's perfect. Nick Slight's perfect. Rico Wardlow's perfect. So we'll see if that can continue those trends as we move to set number 2 here. Jackson Hickman with some motivation as we see Carter Rogers check in as well. Tell you what, I gotta have a conversation with Carter Rogers here at some point, because those purple shoes, I don't know how he makes them work, because they're a different shade of purple than the jerseys, but they still look great. So I don't understand what magic he's pulling off there, but it works.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll definitely have to ask him about that.
You a fashion shoe icon expert?
You know, I dabble here and there. I like a good shoe. I like a good jersey.
Yeah.
I like when they match. So
I need to do my research on volleyball shoes in general, because I had a couple volleyball player friends growing up, and they always just wore basketball shoes. And if I'm not mistaken, those shoes that Carter Rogers has on, they look like some old-fashioned Kobe shoes.
Yeah,
and so I need to have a conversation with him.
I mean,
Jackson Hurd checks in, and it's 3-0 Lopes. Another serve here. Right at Cole Udall, or excuse me, Cooper Herndon. We have some more substitutions that are of note. Cooper Herndon's in there alongside Udall, Jackson Hurd, Camden Gianni, Jackson Hickman, and that's Colin Lovejoy in there as well.
Jackson Hickman to serve.
Jackson Hickman back to serve now for the Lopes at 4-1. Herndon almost gets there with the pancake. Herndon's done such a good job of kind of filling in for that Carter Rogers position as last year. Out of La Costa Canyon is the senior. We haven't seen him.
yeah, we haven't seen
Whole lot
too
this
much
season.
this season, but it's always funny to me when you say their height, but you're looking at them from a small screen or from far away, and it's like, oh, I mean, they all look about the same height. They all look pretty much, you know, the average, typical height until you're standing right next to them. And
Almost looked like he threw that one and jumped a little bit late, but still find a way to get the timing correct. Rogers, another good one. Gianni, hustle. Jackson Hurd can't get there. Point to the Tigers.
yeah, you know, something I've definitely been seeing a lot from the Lopes lately is this triple block that they put up. I mean, it is incredible.
Seeing him go with these almost change-up serves like we're watching a softball game, but he did right there, and that was a great serve. Goes with power this time. Near side, well done. Tigers get one right there from Cade Omas, his 5th kill of the night. He's hitting well, over a .75 already tonight. Gonzalez, the setter, back to serve. Right at Rogers. Service ace, miscue from Rogers.
Looks a little hinky down there, but I'm sure they'll get it back.
Jackson Hurt to the back row of Gianni, way too much. Tell you what, we only have Jackson Hickman on the court right now for the Lopes. Wearing number 16 in purple, and we're on the court together. It is absolute chaos for the other team. They each have 100 kills at home. Janke leads the way with 111, and Hickman has 109. Make it close to 115 now since he's up 6 kills nearly already on the night. It just goes to show another stat that'll point directly at the dominance from the Lopes at home so far this season. That's a perfect set to Hickman. Into the block, still alive, good hustle. Carter Rogers is in great position there. Far side, her to Hickman. Back row, we're still alive here, folks. Back row attack from Schmelzer. Roll shot, Herndon is still alive. Lovejoy rally the night so far. Up and down. Jackson Hickman finishes things off, but unfortunately for him, it lands out of bounds. So it's going to be a point to the Tigers. And Kate Umas, that was tough because I think almost everybody celebrated thinking the Lopes found that point, but it ended up being outside.
Yeah, especially after a rally like that. I mean, it's really a little bit of a disappointment and shock.
In 9 home matches this year, the Lopes are hitting .378 as a team with 64 service aces. Right now, they just have a pair of them and hitting .514 so far percentage-wise in this match. Currently in this set, they're hitting .467. 7 assists so far through 24 points here and 18 about. It's so satisfying to watch.
You know, I think these Lopes down there really do pay attention to what you say, and I think they hear you, and I think they understand, and they said, oh, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what Houston asked for right here, right now, tonight.
I don't know if they've got AirPods in listening to the stream or if we have the technology to mic up any of our players mid-game, but that is definitely something we need to have done in the future because that would make volleyball even that more entertaining.
It's a telepathic connection.
Look to get some momentum back on the side of Olivet Nazarene, but you wonder maybe if they'll just shelve this second set as well as the Lopes are firmly in control. Your side ball, Jackson Hurt tried to get down for it but couldn't, so point to the Tigers. Udall in, Herndon out for the Lopes. Wouldn't be surprised if the bench is emptied in set number 3 from that. Switching sides, will the teams. And we will head to set number 3 here in Phoenix. It's all Lopes so far. We appreciate you tuning in. We will be right back here on ESPN+.
After these games, there might be some movement there.
Up and down, well done to start off set number 3. That is Jake Ostema. Now into the game, some more fresh faces. We have Troy Culp, Grayson Browning. And throughout this match, the Lopes have looked good.
Yeah, just when I think I know what the Lopes are going to do next, I mean, they always end up surprising me.
Carter Rogers, can he get there? He can. He just free balls it all the way over to the side of the Tigers. But it's not going to matter. And it was almost a beautiful kill there from Grayson Browning off of the block, but it lands outside, similar to the one of Jackson Hickman we saw in set number 2. See, there has a good shot at it, just a little out in this matchup tonight, and he has been a contributor to this season for a long time. Also, a couple other pair of Camerons in the building as well. Caden Cameron and Cameron Weller, 2 of the GCU men's soccer players in the building, supporting their fellow Lopes. Jordan Lucas knew it right away as he went up for that block that he regretted it because he knew that that tip shot was coming. Back off onto Marquez. Far side, into the block that time, well done. Off of the tip of Jackson Hurt. Looks like Kate Umas fell a little awkwardly too. Banged up his ankle a little bit, but he's playing on. Tough and confident are all the players. No doubt we have seen plenty of shows of athleticism so far throughout the night. as now Marquez will go back to serve once more. Udall, middle blocker. Gerbinator looking for it, can't find it. And a 4 hits, so it'll be point 2.
Yeah, a little awkward, maybe a little miscommunication there. You know, it happens.
With thumbs up, yep, you got that one right. We hit it 4 times, and so Jacob Gerber will head back to serve here. 7-6 in set number 3 as the Lopes are looking to continue moving on. This is one of those games where testing out some new things. That one past the awaiting arms of Jordan Lucas. Well done from Ostema. He's got some height on him too. We have loved watching develop over the past couple of years. We talked about his role really was a serving specialist last year. He came in a couple times and made some plays, but really that was his role, as we're kind of seeing Cooper Herndon take over that role this season as it's all tied back up at 8. But Rogers, it's been so fun to watch the redshirt sophomore from Denver, Colorado, out of Arapahoe High School really make his presence felt. And he's one of those players that you can see the improvements he's made since he got here. Troy Culp looking for the back row. Tell you what, Cade Umas is on one defensively right now. Jackson Hurt, Rogers off the block, still alive. What a rally here in Phoenix. Up and down, somehow they find a way to get it done. Joke Ostema. But as I was saying, Carter Rogers, he has put in so much work to not only his serve, which is impressive on its own, but his entire skill set and value as a volleyball player has gone up and been improved since he's been here. It's so fun to watch. Rogers, that one just a little bit out side, so point 2, the Tigers, and they have a lead for the first time in a while.
Makes you wonder what Matt Worley might do next, seeing this lead.
Number 3. Grayson Browning. Far side. Rogers can't get there, so the lead back to the Tigers. Thor Schmelzer now back to serve. Jordan Lucas, the jump serve. Miscommunication between Herndon and Jordan Lucas, so 14 apiece now here in set number 3. Udall in, Herndon out once more. Matt Worley, a quick conversation with Jordan Lucas. Udall, Her, Browning from the back row. Still alive. Udall does a good job to get there. Carter Rogers, somebody looking to send us to break. Jordan Lucas says we're still alive. Far side, into the block. Jackson Hurd disagrees. He wants to bring out the challenge card. I'm not sure if we'll see it. Matt Worley looking to go to it, and he does. Matt Worley is going to challenge. We were heading to break anyway because of the 15-point.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was a pretty close call, and I mean, I think we might get our answer pretty soon here as to what the call is.
Do have a decision here, it looks like. And it will be the Tigers who will maintain that point. AVCA coaches poll currently has Hawaii at number 1, then UCLA 2, Penn State 3, Long Beach State 4, and then the GCU Lopes currently at 241 points with that 17-1 record. They are your 5th spot. Men's volleyball history. He earned his 69th win over Park back on January 17, 2020, passing Jeremy Price, who held the title with 68 total wins in 5 seasons. Jordan Lucas also played, can't quite get there, but Worley has increased his total to 123 wins, along with a 76-28 home record. Winning nearly 75% of his games at home is ridiculous. Worley is the first GCU men's volleyball coach to reach the 100 win mark. Jordan Lucas, hurt. Browning can't find the outside corner. So 18-17 as the Tigers find a way to get another one down. And he's got a pretty good coaching staff alongside him with Matt August, who joined him after a year as a volunteer assistant with
volleyball has made this season. I mean, they had 14 straight wins to start the season. That is incredible and, I mean, unheard of. Something that doesn't happen very often, and I would love to see somebody else try and replicate it.
Ostema up and down for another kill for the Tigers. And yeah, it was impressive, 14 wins. And then Sam Molitor will come in for the Tigers. Gets his first action of the night. Late substitution if you're the Tigers, looking to turn the tide. Carter Rogers, far side. Back corner, well done by Kamanu to find that back corner. Another substitution looking to be made for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, when it's this close of a game and you're looking for those last few points, subbing in as many people and changing the tide as you can, I mean, that makes sense.
That is Sterling Storancic that has come in. Marquez with the block, and it's 23-20, so never say never. You got nothing to lose coming in here as the Tigers. You might as well try and... Well, folks, that is gonna do it. I wanna thank our entire broadcast team here in the GCU arena alongside our director, Kai Hayakawa, as well as the man, Al Porteous. We hope you tune in with us again very soon. Plenty of exciting matchups for the Lopes coming up here in the near future, but for tonight, the Lopes get it done over the Olivet Nazarene Tigers in 3 sets. We hope you tune in with us again very soon. For Lauren Phillips, I'm Houston Bowe saying so long from Phoenix.